Beautiful. We are already streaming live to our YouTube channel, the Crypto Ambassadors. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to see you. Okay, good, good. I'm sorry for all of those that have been attending our morning trading class. That for the last 2 weeks, really, it has been up and down. But starting tomorrow, all will be well. I also, I've been able to come up with my personal indicator. Okay, I've been able to come up with my personal indicator on TradingView, and very, very soon this personal indicator will be unleashed onto the TradingView application. It will be free of charge, right? But basically, this indicator has a combination of the 20 MA, the 50 MA, okay, and also it has a combination of identifying the bullish high volume. It also looks at high volume in the market, because I personally believe that trading must be looking at increase in the volume of the market. So we are looking at the increase in the volume in the market. We are also looking at the performance of the 20 MA, the 50 MA, and identifying what we call high volume engulfing, high volume, high volume engulfing candles, right? High volume engulfing candles. And this combination, right, is going to provide you an amazing indicator that's going to be listed very soon on the TradingView free of charge. So you'll be able to add this indicator developed by me onto your TradingView and be able to trade better. And I hope by the end of this week, I'll be done with my indicator, and then I'll be able to unleash you this indicator, ladies and gentlemen, especially for the Crypto Ambassadors family and the Royal Kit, help you find better signals and better coins to trade. This indicator is developed after a series of so much of using of indicators and finding out which is better, which is less, which is better, and then combine the strength that we believe, looking at the moving averages, the 20, the 15, looking at the engulfing candles, the bullish engulfing candles, but more specifically looking at the increase in the volume in the market. So the combination of the volume, the engulfing candles, and the 50 MA, the 20 MA combined together come up with one very good indicator that could give you right entries in the market and give you big tech profits along the line. That will be one of our moves in the next few weeks to come to make sure that everybody could win better. All right. So having communicated the first communications, ladies and gentlemen, allow me right now, ladies and gentlemen, take you through our training for today. Why are we here? In a business, we basically have the controllable factors and the non-controllable factors, right? So we have the factors that we can control, and we have the factors that we cannot control. When someone asks me about RoyalQ, I would say that RoyalQ can be made fully automated, and at the same time, it can be made a semi-automatic robot. When I talk about a fully automated robot, ladies and gentlemen, I mean that you perfectly have enough capital. I personally recommend $1,000 minimum per coin, $1,000 minimum per coin, and you can open up to close to 100% fall down of the market. And you can have between 100 to 200 margin calls, and your robot will be buying and selling all the time. Then we have what I call a semi-auto robot, where we provide signals, and we want you to enter these signals, trade them well, and be able to profit big time. And these signals are also attached on a strategy we call the 3% 300x strategy. So when we combine all this together, we believe that RoyalQ can still be used automatically if you have enough capital, and semi-automatic if you don't have enough capital. But along this line, there are factors we control and factors we don't control. All right? There are factors we control, and there are factors we do not what? We do not control. Okay? So there are factors we control and there are factors we do not control. Allow me this morning, ladies and gentlemen, start with the controllable factors. One of the controllable factor you can control in your RoyalQ applications is the most important factor, how you use your capital. And that's where I'm going to focus my training for today. How you use your capital. And this, in short, is what we call wallet management. Proper wallet management, ladies and gentlemen, could be a fundamental factor to help you keep making regular, repeated, recurring income as you trade. If you want to make money all the time, it is important for you to make sure that you work on your wallet management, a key important factor that you must be able to look at. It's a controllable factor. 2, a second controllable factor, how many coins you can trade. It's a controllable factor, right? Some of you have what I would love to call poor trading habits. Poor trading habits, because you cannot manage your wallet well. You are trading so many coins because you believe that if you trade so many coins, you would win better. But for a stone fact, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot trade so many coins if you have little capital, right? So it is important for you to also control the number of coins you can be able to trade every single moment. Another important controllable factor is the amount of profit you can take, right? Okay, you can be able to manage your robot very well by taking little profit. If the robot sees that the robot has the power to give you more, it will always give you more take profit. Now, we also have the non-controllable factors, factors that are outside our hands, factors that cannot be controlled. So like I said, we control our capital. We also control, by the way, our emotions, okay? I usually love to make this big statement. Trading is how you feel. I want to make sure that if someone could write it for me in the chat, I personally believe trading is how you feel when you are in floating profit and how you feel when you are in floating loss. That's what trading is. Trading is how, so you can control how you feel when you are in profit, and you can control how you feel when you are in loss. So you can control your capital, you can control your emotions. 3, another controllable factor in trading that is very important is called patience. Trading, for you to be able to win, ladies and gentlemen, you must have an important factor of patience. An important factor of patience. Before I go to trading capital, I want to share with you a coin. Let me pick up a coin for you guys that is doing well. I want to share this coin with you guys. And I'm just sharing with you. Okay. And usually this is what I mean. Okay. For example, all right, I'll pick up this coin. It has delivered over 50%. Okay. It still has power if I go to a higher time frame. If I look at it at 1 week, to still be able to deliver. I'm still talking about controllable factors. From the entry when this coin was given as a trading coin, up to here, it has so far delivered 52%. Although I personally believe this coin is going to deliver over 60% in profit, right? It's going to deliver over 60% in profit. But currently, this coin is at a minimum floating loss, this one. Now, if someone is not patient and was trading this coin previously, if I could just take you back a little bit in the 4-hour time frame, there is someone who entered this coin. Maybe I told him trade it. I'm still handling the issue of efficiency. I told this guy to enter this coin and you take 50%. Okay. Like I say, it's up to you how you feel. Maybe got in here, got out from here. Maybe another one got in and got out along the way. Or maybe someone got today in the morning, got out of here. like I want to emphasize the point that trading is patience. Trading is patience. If you can win, to be patient with your trade, you'll already have a fantastic result. Having that statement, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to wait now to go through our main topic. The non-controllable factors that we control that I would just apply is the market. Me and you, we do not control it, but me and you, we can control how we invest our money in the market. And that's where I'm going to discuss more. We do not control the market. The market is our enemy, but most importantly, the market is not our friend. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, introduce to you a pathway of wallet management, one that I've discussed for a long period of time, and maybe what is happening. Share my white. Just a minute, guys. Right, let me find another white. Just a minute. The one of okay, let me use my other whiteboard. Good, beautiful. Let me know, guys, if you can see my screen. Okay, let me know if you can see my screen. Very visible. All right. Okay. All right. So I hope you can be able to. So our topic for today is called wallet management. It's our main topic, ladies and gentlemen. It's wallet management, our main topic. And like I've said that it's wallet management, we are going to be looking at a very, very important aspect. And this aspect is what we call the 20, 30, 50. The 20, 30, 50 wallet management, right? So what do I mean by 20, 30, 50 wallet management? According to the amount of capital you have, you want to because okay, let me come back to some people in the call. Let me find out something before I go detail. Is there someone who puts their first buying amount as $15 and they feel like they will make little profit if this coin goes high, and sometimes they feel like putting more of their money as their first buying amount? Let me know. Is there some people listening to me that maybe when we tell you to put $15 as your first buying amount, you feel like if this coin goes high, you will feel bad when you only take $15 as your first buying amount? Let me know. And you go an extra mile, increase your money to maybe $200 or maybe $500, and you end yourself getting stuck. I want to speak to some people. I want to speak to some people in the call. Like maybe a signal you sent for you to trade. And Julius is saying, put your first buying amount as $15. And you basically feel bad that maybe Julius doesn't want you to make more money, or maybe Julius is making you miss out on big profit. And what you do, you still go back to your royal queue. Instead of you putting $15, you put like $100, expecting the market to go high. But unfortunately, things run the other way and you get stuck. Right? Things run the other way and you get stuck. You don't do it in bad spirit, but you do it because you feel If this coin goes high by 3% and your first buying amount is 15, you'll miss out. Let me find out. Do you have some people like that on the call? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Now, for you who are saying no, also, I want also to handle you the other way. Is there a coin you have put your first buying amount to be $15 and you end up it delivering before and delivering even more, and you feel hurt because you are making very little money on that money, and you feel like next time, no, I'm gonna get my money to maybe $100 or $500, and you find yourself getting stuck. It's not 2 months, it's not 3 months. You're in a coin, it is floating, you have no solution, all your money is stuck, and things are not moving to your way. Welcome to today's call. Okay, this call is very important to you to make now pure informed decisions. Let's now get into the call, having created a better understanding. Good. So I'll take you here to my whiteboard for today. Okay, perfect. All right, so what is 20%? All right, I want to increase my thickness. What is 20%, 30, 50 formula? The 20%, 30, 50 formula, ladies and gentlemen, what we mean is this. What we mean is this. What we mean is this. Put 20% of your capital in the actual trade. Put 20% of your capital in the actual trade. Use 30% of your capital when a coin pumps, and 50% of your capital to open margin calls when the market goes against you. Let me repeat. What we mean by the 20, 30, 50, you put 20% of your capital in the actual trade, add 30% of your capital when the coin pumps, and then 50% of your coin, 50% of the money, use it when the market goes against you. Is that clear? Or before I go into details? Is that clear before I go into details? Is that clear before I go into details? Because in the next few minutes, I'll be done with this call. Is that clear? 20% of your capital goes into the actual trade. 30% of your capital helps you when this coin pumps, and 50% of your capital to help you when the market goes against you. Before I go into details, is that statement clear? Before I go into details on how that is done, is that statement clear? 20% of your capital goes into your trade, 30% of your capital helps you when the coin pumps, and 50% of your capital goes into when the market goes against you. All right. Okay. Now, there is a certain amount of capital that cannot have 50, 20, 30. Okay. Now, there is a certain amount of capital. Right? I want to make this clear for you. If your capital is $500 and less, if your capital is $500 and less, my approach to you is very simple. Use default settings to set your coins. Because for you, things are not very easy. But you can basically apply this formula like I'll show you. But if your capital is $500, the voice is coming to me is very fragmented. Okay. Am I clear? Is my voice clear? Because it means someone needs to work on their network. Is my voice clear? Let me know. Let me know if my voice is clear. Then Mr. Francis, please work on your network. It's not me with the problem, it's you with the problem your side. Okay. Now, if your capital is less than $500, okay, if your capital is less than $500 and you want to avoid floating loss, too much of it, I request you to use the default settings of Royal Q. What do I mean? What do I mean? This is what I mean. You come to my strategy setting. You come to my strategy setting. Add it now or create a strategy. On every signal sent, the margin calls are for the take profit. You can set maybe 3.01 if that's the take profit, or 0.01 as your callback. We have discussed this before. This we keep it 0.3 and the coin is on a cycle, it's on one shot. If your capital is less than $500, I would encourage everybody to raise your capital up to $500. All right. If your capital is $500, please use default settings. And here we go with default settings, because these default settings, these ones cater for 15% drop. And you will always be safe in most cases if you take a signal well. 15% drop, you will always be safe on any signal. If your capital is $500 and below, here you go. Why? This will work the wallet management automatically for you. The 20, the 30, and the 50, because you don't have much, but you also want to get out of the trade faster. I'll just show you some other tricks you could add on, but if your capital is $500 and below, stick to that. Are we together, guys? Is that okay? Is that okay? Now it's you. Me, my way is to prevent you suffer with the challenges I've suffered in the past. It's up to you to do what you want to do with your money. I have no problem. And I'm not blamed. It's up to you. What you want to do with your capital is up to you. But when you face the other way around, it's up to you. If your capital is less than $500, use default setting for margin call and keep it 24816. All right? Are we together? Yes, it's your capital. Because it will basically help you. It will basically help you. But if you have $1,000, if you have $1,000 and above, wow, here is the best approach for you. If you can raise your capital to at least $1,000, I want to tell you, Royal Key is going to be the sweetest arena for making money for you. All right, so let's go into this now very fast. Okay. Let's get to a calculator. 20% of $1,000 . 20% of $1,000 would basically be able to be around $200. Am I right? 20% of $1,000 could be basically look to be $200. Basically, 20% of $1,000 could basically be $200. Now, our basic settings of our signals, usually our signals, we say go for 5%. If you have less than $500, don't set margin calls for 5%. What you do, if you have $1,000, come to your Royal Q. When a signal is sent, keep this 5%. 0.5, 0.5, 1.5, and this will be 2.5. This is a total of 5%. According to my study and different people, a good coin will not drop more than the third call. Am I right? Those who are traders, a good coin will not drop more than the third call. When it reaches the third call, this coin will go up. Let me find out for the traders in the call. A good coin, once given, it will not drop more than 5%, more than the third call. It may take 1%, and it will take a maximum of around a 2.5% drop, a good coin, once given as a signal. It will not drop more than this. Let me find out if people usually. So what will happen, ladies and gentlemen, you have $1,000, keep your first buying amount as $15. Set 24816 like this, 5% drop, right? 5% drop. And so immediately this coin will pick up. Let me go to a calculator for you. Immediately this coin will pick up. Once this coin picks up, I'm going to show you signs of a pumping coin. And this coin starts going up. What you do, you now bring 30% of the $1,000. Which is $300. Which means the robot will maximum take around close to $200. If the market goes against you, you will bring in, you do manual replenishment of $300. All right. If at all it drops, it may not drop up to the third call. Then if this still goes against you, in your account, you still have close to around $500 that you can use to open margin call from 50 going below, and you'll still be able to make profit as you are still waiting for the robot to sell what it bought at first. Can I go more practical? Am I making some sense to someone here today? Let me find out. Am I making some sense to someone here today? Are you understanding before I go more detailed? Because after here, I think let me find out. Good. Let's go. Let's go. Good. Now, if you have $1,000 as my, that's what I recommend. You set this. What is the use of this? This is here just to help you see if this coin will be good. Now, after the robot has bought this coin, for example, let's get to this small graph. Let's get to this small graph. You have picked CFX, or it has been given as a signal. And you look at CFX in 1 hour. And basically, I want basically to look at, okay, not all, but I basically look at 3 basic indicators that I would talk about. Okay, now, Royal Q was not stupid to put this table for you guys, right? Royal Q was not stupid. No, not at all. Royal Q basically looked at all indicators, but I'll basically pick 3 from the many. 1, we have the volume indicator. What does the volume indicator signify? The volume indicator signifies how many people continuously keep investing in this coin, depending on the exchange you are using. We have the relative strength index indicator. Relative strength index indicator that Royal Q goes ahead to show you how this indicator is performing in the market. How this indicator is basically performing in the market. And also, we have these volume bars. So if you see the volume bars are increasing, which means also you see the candles that are increasing. At the same time, you see the stochastic RSI is pointing up, which shows you that this coin is doing well. And also the MACD, which is this one. The MACD will always show you at the crossover point. For example, you see this crossover point, the volume, and here you see the market moving up. So if you see the volume is increasing, ladies and gentlemen, you see the volume is increasing, And this coin you are trading has also shown you a good crossover like this one. In the MACD, you see the orange line crosses over the purple line, or purple, or I don't know, or the purple line here. Then here you see it is trying to cross down. So if you have such points and you see this coin is pumping, what do you do? Here you do what we call manual replenishment. And after doing manual replenishment, you decrease on your take profit. I want to make a big statement. Big take profit is for people with little capital. If you have huge capital, you take little take profit. Let me repeat my statement. If I have $15 as my capital, I need 10% to make significant profit. But if I have $1,000 as my capital, I need only 2% to make significant profit. If you have understood me, type a 2 in the chat. If I have big capital, needs little take profit, and little capital needs huge take profit. There is no reason why, if you invest in with huge capital, be ready to yearn for high take profit. I don't know if someone understands me. When you invest big, you spend little in the market. When you invest small, you spend longer time in the market. When I have big capital, I take little profits repeatedly. When I have small capital, I take big capitals, big take profits longer in the market. I don't know if it makes sense. Does it make sense to somebody? Does it make sense to somebody? I don't know. Does it make sense to somebody? That's why when we do the automated robot, our take profit is usually 1%. If someone wants to automate their robot, the take profit usually 1%, because we are saying we want to take little profit so many times repeatedly than someone with little capital looking for repeat the statement. Yes, the statement is written in the chart if you read through. The statement is simple. When you invest big, you take little profit. When you invest small, that's when you look for big take profit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make this clear before we come to the end in these remaining 10 minutes. You have $1,000. Use 24816. 5% drop. When this coin buys, let me say the first call, or maybe it only buys one call, and you come and check this coin, and this coin shows you signs of pumping, go to a button called manual replenishment. That's where I'm going right now. For example, I'm trading Cover. Let me show you Cover, guys. It's now not doing so well in the market. This is Cover. I'm trading Cover. I want to show you an important area. As I was trading Cover, down here, guys, I find this. Can you all see this? Can you all see this? Can we see this? Type for me one if you can see what I'm showing on the screen. You see this crossover here and here. What am I supposed to do? And you see the stochastic RSI from this lower down, crossing over here. It means this coin is doing well. I don't know if you guys are understanding what I'm saying, because now it is pointing down. It's going below the 50. Because this middle line is, I think, the 50. This one, the other one is the lowest. I don't know if someone understands what I'm saying. I'm using volume MACD, and you see here, you are able to see this. This is where now you come in and do what we call manual replenishment. Manual replenishment. And that's what I want. Have we seen the signs you can look at in your Royal Queue to see signs of a pumping coin? Let me know. Are we able to see signs of a pumping coin? signs that you can see with your naked eyes that these are signs that this coin is gonna do well, you are now more confident, right? I don't know whether some people are here or they are absent. I don't know. I don't know if people are here or they are absent. Make sure you don't multitask. You see, let me repeat. The volume, you'll see green bars. These are green bars, long green bars, these ones. They are good signs, but also you will see that there is increase in the volume. Volume means money being invested in that particular coin. You'll be able to see that this coin, let me pick one coin and I show you as the volume is increasing. I don't know if it's happening here, but now this coin might be going down right away. Let me come back again. But you will always see there will be increase in volume if this coin was pumping, if you found it around this area. Not now. Now it's not. Okay. So basically, let me start with the volume. One, you will see that there is increase in the volume. You look at these figures and also these bars. You will be able to see there is increase in the volume. Two, you look at the MACD, one of the amazing areas of focus. Whenever the market will be crossing over, for example, here, the crossover happens and you see this has a distance separating from this one at here. You see the bars and you always see the increase in the volume at that particular moment. Because if we come back to this coin a little bit, let me try to move back. Guys, can you see? Let me show you. You see, when we look at the volume here is 10 million. If you can see very well, the volume here is 10 million. Let me play my MACD. The volume here is 10 million. There is increase, if someone can see clear on my screen. There. The volume is 10 million. Okay. This is moving maybe with the current, but I want to take that. When I scroll forward here, you see the volume keeps on increasing, guys. I'm able to see that the volume keeps on decreasing now. 4.6 million. Now, the volume, what is causing the market to rise right now? Because there is a new increase in the volume in the market. Now it is back to 5 million. But recently down here, you see it was back to 4 million. And you see here, the orange line is below the purple line. I don't know if I've tried to make that very clear. Is that now clear? Can someone see the volume, the increase in the volume? This doesn't need you to go to a special lesson. Someone is telling me you need to take me to a special lesson. Does that really need a special lesson? This is just common sense. I don't know, someone is chatting me that I need a special lesson. Does really that need a special lesson? I hope it's clear. The challenge with you who's telling me special lesson, you are not observant. You just need to be observant. I don't need to attend a special lesson to see this. You just need to be observant, just observant. Someone is saying the indicators are there. You just need to tap on them. They're down here. You can tap on this one. You just make sure you remove these ones. I'm just talking about, I don't want to talk about so many. Now, the reason why this coin is going up is because from here, there has been increase in the volume. That's why this coin is going up. If 15 minutes is confusing you, always go in for a bigger time frame. My point, go in for at least 1 hour to 4 hours. This is where you'll get a clear distinction of what I'm talking about. Can we see this, guys? Can we see the volume is over 25 million? Because of this movement, guys, can we see this? Now let's go back in the past. Can you see that recently when it pumped? Can we see this, guys? Have I made that clear? Let me know. Have I made that clear? Let me know. Have I made that clear? Are we okay with signs of a pumping coin? Are we okay with signs of a pumping coin? No, in your application, someone is asking me, is this trading view? No, this is your royal queue. Yeah, I'm not here to talk about, let me see. Are we okay? Good. Good. Now, once you see that, okay, once you see that, let me drop. Okay, there we go with the signal. Let me drop this signal to you guys first before I continue. Let me drop this signal because I'm supposed to for example, the signal that is given right now is saying the signal being given right now is index. The signal being given right now is index. The signal being given right now is index. And since the signal being given right now is index, let me first make sure I drop it just a little bit now. Now I'm going to talk about what you are supposed to do. Good to go. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen. Sorry. And then I come to these coins and I look at index. Most of the coins are going up, but let me pick up index. It is here. I look at it at 1 hour. Someone is saying 2%. Can we see, guys, can we see the crossover here? Can we see the crossover there? Give me a 2 in the chat if you are seeing the crossover there. Let me also put the RSI. Can we see the RSI also pointing up? Here. Can we see that? Can we see that it's at a range of 73 here? Can we see the RSI at 73 here? Can we see the crossover here? I hope that is very clear. Now, I hope that is very clear. Now, what do? You can use 15 as your first buying amount. If you see that this coin is going up, now you do manual replenishment, and you add in the 30% of your capital. For example, I'll come in here, for example. Am I making sense, guys? And I pick my coin. Let me say I'm trading cover. And then I tap on buy, market price. Depending on my capital that I'm using, if I'm using 1,000, then I'll come here and put in $300. Then I go to my take profit here. If it was 2%, I'll reduce my take profit to maybe around 1.5. I will reduce, if it was 2%, I'll reduce my take profit to 1.5. It was 3%, I'll reduce my take profit to around 2.5 or 3% so that I get out of the trade faster. So now, instead of me exposing all my money at once, I will use 20%. If this coin shows signs of going up, I'll do manual replenishment and bring 30% of my capital in the market by doing manual replenishment. But still, if this market goes against me, I'll open margin calls from 5 and below and still keep trading when this coin is going down. I'm going to do a video I think by the end of today onto YouTube and share how to open margin call from 5 and below. But I hope we are now all okay with how to use our capital well. 20%, if you see signs of a coin pumping, go and put in 30%, reduce your take profit. Sometimes you may not even need to reduce your take profit, depending on how much you are putting in as your manual replenishment. But the bigger the capital, the lesser the take profit. Thank you so much. Unless you have questions, I could drop in 1 or 2 minutes for questions because the 1 hour for being here is almost done. Any questions? You could raise up your hand and we could go into some questions and answer session. Some questions and answer session. What do you mean by manual replenishment? I've shown you what I call manual replenishment. Look here. Okay, I have only 2 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm supposed to, this is manual replenishment, my friend. Return. Okay, you see, look here. I'll tap on buy. Then I tap on market price. Then I'll bring the amount of money down here that I'm going to buy with. You must reduce your take profit because when you do manual replenishment, when the coin is going up, you will be entering at a higher price. Make sure you reduce your take profit. I've said bigger capital, little take profit. This goes to people who sometimes feel starting with small amount makes them make little take profit. So what do you do? Instead of you putting all your $500 once in the market, start with $15. If the market shows signs of going up, put in more money and be able to make a bigger profit than a little profit if this coin doesn't pick up your margin calls. But if in case your coin picks up the 5 margin calls, well and good. Well and good. After it has picked up the 5 margin calls, if you also see more signs of this market going up, you can still do manual replenishment, bring in some more money, and make a bigger take profit. So the formula is simple: 20% of your capital in the actual trade, then make sure 30% you bring it during manual replenishment, and then make sure that the 50% helps you when the market is going down. It's a tactic that helps someone who has more money. Let me see. Okay, I've answered. What about if the bot margin calls capital got depleted? And now I like the 20% is in flow. I don't understand. The bot, if you don't have capital, nothing you can. Okay, you don't have capital, nothing you can do, just remain. How do you distribute 20% if you have 20% if your trade? No. I said 500 and below, use default settings. Manual replenishment buys all what? Manual replenishment doesn't buy any margin call, it buys at current price. Okay, network is clear. To repeat for me. Go and watch again. Let me go back. You need to go and watch again. Don't repeat what started from. The good thing the video is recorded. I said if you have less than $200, If you have less than $200, $500 and below, please, you go and use the default settings. Okay. You cannot manage capital you don't have. I don't know if that makes sense to someone. You cannot manage what you don't have. You must have. If you don't have, use default settings. We cannot talk about wallet management of something you don't have. Okay. So if you don't have, use default settings. I've expressed that in the start.
Good morning, my leader.
Good morning.
Please, I want to ask, thank you for the teaching first. What about us that is doing compounding? Because maybe at times the market goes somehow. Are we going to use the same amount? Because, actually we are following each numbers. Are we going to start at use that $15 or we continue to do the same number that we are doing? Because I'm a little confused over that.
I don't understand what you're saying. If you are compounding, you keep compounding your money. You are using $15 as your first buying amount, not so?
Yes, actually we from one number to number 2, 3, actually we are going like that because I'm about 60 on my numbers. So I want to know, maybe if I can easily load the first buy amount, or I will continue compounding because at times the market goes somehow. How do you see it? Do you understand?
I understand. You are just confusing yourself, right? This is just something to help someone who wants to make more money instead of them only having $15 as their first buying amount. That should be clear. So if you only have $500 and you are compounding, keep on your pace. It's not a big deal.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, keep on your pace. It's not a big deal. Someone is saying my question is in the chat, but I don't see your question. Type your question again.
Okay.
I think it's up here. If you don't have capital, nothing can help. We can't manage what you don't have. I hope that is very clear. We can't manage what you don't have. I initiated a trade without margin call. At present, the coin dipped 80%. Now I opened 4 margin calls. My question is, if this coin buys 3 calls and pumps and sells, will the amount invested come out? Yes, it will. I made the original USDT invested without margin calls, and the one I invested with the margin calls. Yes, the robot will come out. It will sell everything and return your money. Can you do manual replenishment even if you have $500? You can, but you can, but to avoid, you can't manage what you don't have. That's the question I would answer. You can't manage what you don't have. If you have $500 and below and you want to avoid too much floating loss, I would advise you to use the default settings of margin call. If you use it and you see this coin is pumping, you can do manual replenishment of 30% of your capital. Is that clear, Joseph? As long as you can identify the orange line crossing over the purple line, that area is an area plus the volume increasing and the stochastic RSI facing up. Those are 3 great signs of a coin going up. So if you only had $500 and maybe the coin had put in 45, you could take 30% of your $500, do manual replenishment and take more profit. I hope that way it is clear, Joseph, right? I hope that way it is clear. You can do, as long as you can identify signs of a coin going up. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having me here. Lastly, but not least, even if this coin was dipping and you identify signs of going up using your board, for example, if this is cover, so what did I tell you? 17%. I'm making money. I'm happy when I'm making money. For example, if this is cover, but this cover is still going to go up, it's not yet done. It's done. Okay, for example, can we see this, guys? Just for the last course, can we see this? Let me remove. You see? Can we see? This is what I've been talking about. You see this? Can we see that those are signs of a pumping coin? So you get in, you were down, then even if you were on a floating loss, sorry guys. Even if you were on a floating loss and you see signs of a coin pumping, you can always do manual replenishment. You just need to check out on a bigger time frame. You were floating loss, you see signs of a coin pumping, you can also bring in 30% of your capital. Is it okay? The goal is to make more money. That's why we are here. Thank you, everybody. Love you all. Wish you all the best. Nice trading. You can watch again and feel free to ask the question on the YouTube channel. I'll do a video today. If you haven't understood, watch again. I'll do a video today on how you can open from thesis call to more margin calls. How do you now use the remaining 50% of your capital to help you still profit even when the coin goes against you? So 20% of your capital, the market picks up 30% manual replenishment. When the market goes down, 50% of your capital. This will prevent you with floating loss, all right? And be able to enjoy Royal Q. God bless you. Have a nice day. Till we meet again.